Pause. All right. Damage is calling in. Hold up. We interrupt this program to bring you, chat, friend of the show, Damage, back on the program. How's it going?
We could see my boyfriend up here.
I didn't recognize him in the music video until like halfway through, and I was like, oh shit, Radio Man.
Yeah, we have him hidden in pretty much everything. So I've been trying to keep him here so when I'm shooting my short form, I can have him in as much stuff as possible. Or yeah, how are you, dude? Happy Sunday.
I'm good. Yeah, happy Sunday to you too. I don't know, are you religious at all? Are you a spiritual person?
I'm a spiritual person for sure. You know, I was raised Catholic
for sure,
but I'm not. I'm definitely not practicing. My family is very much practicing.
Yeah. We also grew up Catholic. Were you the? We were Irish Catholic, so we had to like choose saint names through our confirmation. Was that y'all's?
I never did confirmation.
Okay,
I got out of that pretty quick. Yeah, there's something about testosterone hitting my body pretty much made me go nuclear on the path that was laid out for me.
I gotcha.
Somehow still ended up not going to jail and graduating college, but
there you go.
Near misses on all of those things, by the way, multiple times. But somehow, you know, something that actually I've been reflecting on a lot lately has been the point of puberty and the trauma of not having the framework to understand what was happening to me psychologically, which leads into you just blaming yourself for what's happening to your body. Like it must be your fault because everybody else is fine.
Right.
When in reality, nobody's fine, but most people are cis. So it's a totally different, you know, fine. And those are two completely different worlds.
Yeah. Fine in the cis realm is,
yeah,
still
like you're gonna be struggling with all the same big mouth shit that like all the normal kids are struggling with, but then there's that extra shit. Yeah. I think recognizing how that was when I became very staunchly, loudly, abrasively, almost like I think it's like dismissive to be like a rebellious just to rebel, but I think I was very much just like lashing out
for sure
to be like this doesn't fit me and I don't have the language to exactly explain what it is, but some way somehow it's all connected to that fucking book and I can't tell you how, but that book is evil, or the people, what that book does to the people who are in charge of my life is bad. It turns them into a way where I feel like I am mistreated, I am excluded, I am being forced, I am being put into submission. Some way, somehow, I didn't have the language for it. I was a child and couldn't really understand the magnitude of it. And I was also a white person coming up in the South in a relatively privileged upbringing. Mm-hmm. I was never going to, until I broke from that environment, it was never going to register to me just the gravity of how deep in enemy territory I was born.
You know, it's interesting that you use that way of describing, like not having the vocabulary to describe it, because something I try to impart on people in my stream and have used this way of describing it. I can't remember who described it to me this way, but it always stuck with me, that like all of the things that we go through throughout society, being in a, you know, capitalist, imperialist, end stage, like laissez-faire, whatever, all of these things, people recognize them, but they don't have and have been robbed of the vocabulary to, you know, describe what they're experiencing. So they are offered the worst ways of describing it. It's, you know, it's queer folk that are causing the problems. It's immigration. It's, you know, liberalism, communism, and it's none of those things that are causing the issues.
Are you a fan of Abigail Thorne's channel, Philosophy Tube?
I am a fan of Abigail, yes.
Yeah,
funny enough, when I first started streaming, I would, it was like between classes, I would do like my online classes at like 6 a.m. and then go live afterwards and play Valheim and watch Philosophy Tube videos.
Okay. I think it's her video on what is Who's Afraid of Gender. I think it's the is it Julia Butler or Octavia Butler? I can't remember off the top of my head.
I can't remember.
But she goes through, I think it is Julia Butler because she has a bunch of books on. Anyway, goes through this argument of, do you know what a phantasm is?
In the like supernatural version, yes.
I mean, it's a psychological phenomenon that it is a mirrored form of projected fear. So the short version of it, there's a 50-minute explanation with a lot of production that Abigail does. But to your point, not having there's one sense of not having the vocabulary itself, and there's also at the same time a hesitance to engage with the concept, which creates a really like a lot of inertia to actually get that motion, that thought in motion in the first place, because even before registering the idea, you have to emotionally accept the possibility of what could be on the other side of that idea being correct. Right. Because people don't even want to entertain it because they can't accept the possibility. And this is a really interesting phenomenon with privileged white people, and really only people who are privileged, you know what I'm saying? But like sure. People who are psychologically married to the system. Mm-hmm. And that is, if you ever hear me say there are like Caucasian people and there are like white people, the majority of white people are married to the system that whiteness has constructed and distributes benefits towards.
Yeah, because there's, like you were saying, there's with acceptance that there could be a possibility of like, whether it's capitalism is causing the problems, that immigration is not a threat to your perceived privileges. With even venturing into that possibility, there is the greater fear, not only of a perceived loss of privilege, but that you might start sounding like a libbed up blue hair SJW. You might start sounding like them. You might start agreeing with them. They might be right.
Not even that. It's on a deeper level of like, if I accept that person, regardless of who I am, if I can accept that person, their soul is different. Their soul's expression is different than the physiology they were born with in this particular roll of the dice. And they, against all odds, decided to stand in who they are. That makes me recognize at some subconscious level that I have never grappled with that idea, because I truly, and this is what's interesting, is this is technically like a good sign, but somehow I think it does trip up the triggering, which is interesting. They haven't ever felt the compulsion to examine their soul in the same way that trans people do, because there is no pain acute enough to like push them in that way.
Right.
So that is that is the blessing that transgender people have. There are consequences to, what that does to larger society. And we have to, I think part of that, of receiving that blessing when we're born as transgender people, this is where I get spiritual, is accepting the responsibility of wading through the bullshit that is going on through life. The backlash you're going to get is a response to this phantasm and I'm just going to kind of, I agree with Abigail Thorne's argument. So I'm going to kind of paraphrase what she had said. Basically, because people would, what's a good example? You know how in the Matrix, they're like, we never wake up someone past a certain age.
Yeah.
Because the mind can't adjust. That's kind of what it is. There's a huge, that's not like an accidental or that's not like a coincidental part of the Matrix. That is very much that, like, if your prefrontal cortex is fully developed within the acceptance of a prescribed social model, breaking that model could be literally destructive. It could be an actually fatal situation. It could cause people to have psychotic breaks. It could cause people to go into prolonged manic episodes. My father, for example, is pursuing the clergy in one of the churches.
Wow.
As in my opinion, kind of a direct response to my own spiritual journey, because it puts him in a tough position to have to grapple with it. And, you know, that's something that him and I are still going through. But, you know, I brought that up because this kind of puts a cherry on what we've been talking about, of me recognizing this vague sensation as a child when testosterone was first hitting my body. And now as I turn 30, I feel like I more fully understand not only like my own relationship to the spiritual and my relationship to creation, but also like having just some compassion for people who aren't ever going to go through that intense version of what I'm going through. And I don't know, it's weird. So when you ask me, am I spiritual? For a while, I felt that I was performatively non-spiritual because of my really broken relationship with my own inner child. And I blamed the institutional, artificial idea of God as white male God. I rejected that. And in many ways, I still do. Mm-hmm. It's not like necessarily I was wrong to be an atheist child. I did not understand spirituality outside of the concept of white colonialism, because that was the environment that we are all immersed in, but especially me as a white person with two white parents. Like, you know, that's just the world I come from.
How long have you been in LA for?
3 years. Is that what 3 years in LA does to you? God damn.
I guess so. You haven't turned into like the typical like LA imports.
So. Oh my God! Wait, so we went to 4100. I saw Max for Cracks there, and
Branch of the Abbey. Then
he looked exactly like the drinks are like $18 and like.
The reason I ask is because there is often a I've been following the content of this artist and content creator. The name is Illuminami or Anami, who's creating a animated show. Very good content, and a lot of their content surrounds like dispelling the interpretations of like rural versus like metropolitan urban environments.
Oh yeah.
And I wanted to ask, like, have you
behind those concepts?
Yeah, it's very good. I'm very excited for the work they're doing. They're currently working on a pilot for their show, Good Looks Club. It's about a group of teens in like the South. Has a lot of like Southern folklore, like Appalachia and stuff. And the main character,
like your Outer Banks type shit.
Yeah, a little bit, kind of like Gravity Falls. A little bit.
I fuck with it.
I think the main character
really
gets the main character gets powers from like a magical do-rag, which I love the concept of.
What?
Yeah.
Yo, that's fire.
Yeah,
that's fire.
We had him on like a week and a half ago, and it was very interesting.
He's based in LA, or they?
I think he's in LA, but he's from Virginia.
I'm from Virginia. We're all we have to.
Yeah, they're very cool. Like all the crew are from like some southern state, and
very cool.
Yeah, but I wanted to ask, since like you've been in LA for a while, have you noticed a bit of a difference between what we called like cafeteria Catholics? You know, they pick and choose, you know, what parts of their faith they want to exhibit. I don't know how this got into like a faith-based conversation, but whatever. Have you noticed a little bit of a difference, or is it kind of universal?
I'm sorry, I cut you off there.
No, you're good.
What was the tail end of that question?
I was just say, have you noticed like a difference between the like regional kind of like Catholic religious aspects?
I am so not tapped into any particular church ongoings, but what I will tell you is I see far more, and I think this might just be where I live. It also might just be LA is a Latin city. Mm-hmm. Like this is not like white Southeast Louisiana. Like this is a very culturally rich city. currently, like the part of LA I live in, I see so much church activity. It is a lot of what I call the, like the little satellite nations. It's not the Soviet Union. It is definitely, all the little, that is a crazy analogy.
I mean, it's cultural enclaves.
Yeah, it is a lot of that. And it's really, really interesting. I do see a lot of church going. I see it with a lot of older folks. I think it is just something that, I only have my perspective on this, but it is a really interesting phenomenon seeing a lot of older immigrants or family and descendants of immigrants. And when I say immigrants, I mean recent. Really banding together, I think communally in the churches. And a lot of times I wonder how much of it is like truly intrinsically spiritual, as in like a one-on-one relationship with like yourself and the creator. And then that kind of being where you go to like convene with that with other folks, or if it is kind of the other way around, where a lot of folks may later on, it could be like, I don't know, my brain's telling me just from the vibes of it, because of just how many people there are, but also recognizing at the same time, I see a lot of those other folks waiting at the bus stop or, whatever the fuck. There's a lot of, I don't live in like uppity west part of LA. It's not the roughest parts, for sure. I'm north of the 10, but it is like, there's a lot of pain out here, and it's really interesting seeing those two things be so hand in hand. What's it called? Why did I just think of Saba and No Name have a song? I think it's called Church Liquor Store off of a Bucket List project, but is basically talking about like that sort of thing where like you're going to have like really extreme, gatherings, when I think you're in areas that are highly concentrated with a lot of pain and a lot of, I think, solidarity, but maybe not a lot of connection. And
right, the solidarity's there, but the community structures aren't.
And granted, I'm way on the outside of that conversation. For all I know, if I spoke a different language and came from a different family, I would be like, oh no, all three of these blocks are so tapped in, y'all don't even fucking know. That could just be a me thing. I don't fully know. I've been living here like 7 months, so it's not a situation like I know everything, but this is what I see. I do see, not even really in the Catholic churches stuff. I see a fuck ton of like alternative churches, I'll call them.
Scientology.
Not even, I'm talking like Lutheran, Presbyterian, Baptist, okay. like the ones that didn't, do all the war, the ones that like the satellite Christian, you know what I mean? The ones that don't have like guns behind them, like all the different ones who disagree on like 2 of the pages.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about those churches are, it's like out the door, all the fucking time.
Interesting.
Catholic, granted, my mind's not fixated on that. So right. I have, you know what I mean? Now that you've brought it up, I might start noticing different things, but I'm also about to drive through all of America, which by the way, today is the opening day of my tour. I'm so
congratulations.
Excited. Thank you. I got some good sleep last night. I got nowhere to be until San Diego. So you last time I was so fucking scatterbrained. That shit was crazy.
You're good. That was very funny and very relatable for both me and Much Chat. I'm a Vyvanse boy myself, so I'm on that shit. Yeah.
I have not been taking my meds lately, and I'm trying to figure out what to do about it because it is an appetite thing. The amount of food I can eat food. For example, I've eaten, most of this banana bread.
Delicious.
Really, really good. Yeah, my girlfriend. I just made her banana bread recipe for the first time. She was really stressed and had like a bunch of stuff going on. She's like, oh, I have to make banana bread. I'm like, bitch, I will make it. Go have fun with your friends.
Hell yeah.
I was like, we make it in the morning. She's like, I want to wake up and have it for breakfast. I'm like, I'll make it. That's fine. It's a really good recipe.
Yeah, anyway, that's my problem with the Vyvanse too, is the appetite thing.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I ate it. This is about as much as I can eat. I need like triple this to not throw up on my medicine. I take Strattera. So I might just need a new medicine. I'm not sure what it is, but like the hurdle of having to deal with that. And because I fucked it up so many times, like I ate a breakfast and then I waited 15 minutes and then I took it. And then like I still like puked like right when I needed to leave.
Oof.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like makeup's done, all that shit. I'm like, are you actually kidding me?
I'm glad I don't deal with that because once I throw up, that's an all day affair for me. I got to check out.
So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Caffeine and God's Green is, I definitely think, a good little combo. I think it requires mindfulness for sure.
That's me.
But also,
iced coffee in the mason jar and nicotine.
I will say, I think speak from a different walk of life. I am so deeply driven by the passion for what I do and like the momentum I've been building for all these years that like I am I would say more than reasonably optimistic and driven person despite everything going on. So sometimes I have to put that in check. Like we're going on tour and I have a bunch of people that are coming with me and my girlfriend and I were laughing about this, but you know, there's so much to do. There's a lot of travel. There's going to be a lot of, you know, like mild moments of discomfort every single day.
Yep.
I was like, yeah, but like, it's all worth it. Like, I mean, it's like nothing compared to like what you get for the show. And Sarah's like, yeah, when you're damaged, I'm like, oh yeah. No, you're right. You're right. That would be kind of annoying actually to do that every day.
Yeah. Well, speaking
and not have the payoff be like deep inner child, you know,
affirmation.
This is like soul healing for me. Like I'm making like 6-year-old me proud, and everybody else is just like, we gotta go, bro.
We got a plane to catch.
Thankfully we're not flying at all.
Oh, you're driving the whole way?
We are driving. I got a RAV4.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I'm getting I'm getting a trailer here. So here's my scheme. We have all of our merch. I'm gonna show you the merch in a little bit.
Hell yeah.
We have all of our merch. I got my RAV4. I got to get an oil change tomorrow. Or currently I have $7. Because I have all this other stuff covered. I have like a 800-pound lift gate, like hitch, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like for like the back, kind of like a gate. It's like a balcony for my truck. I'm getting a hitch thing installed kind of on the frame tomorrow afternoon. With the money I make tonight in San Diego. It's gonna cost me like $550, but it is like a legit, like I now know that I can tow a trailer, which kind of like pissed me off because I thought I was only like with adjusted weights and stuff I was doing. I'm gay and can't do math. I thought I only had like an extra 800 pounds of wiggle room for weight. Turns out I have an extra 4,000.
Yeah, it's a RAV4. It's made for like outdoor stuff.
That's what I was thinking, but then I'm looking at the math. I'm like, but it says like, oh, you could tow like an extra 3,700, but I'm like, but the trailer weighs like 1,000, so like blah 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 blah. And then they were like, no, but it gets to the weight gets to. It's not just like you're actually holding. I'm like, oh, that's so stupid. That's stupid. That's stupid.
Yeah, mechanics math.
That's stupid boy stuff that I don't want to know. I don't want to know that shit. I don't even like knowing that.
Yeah, well,
I wish there's too much information.
You gotta figure that out for the tour. But
there's some things that I know and things that I'm capable of doing so easily that it makes me dysphoric sometimes. Where I'm like, oh shit, like I'm just honestly like my quickness to kill spiders makes me dysphoric. Okay. Sarah will be like, oh, I'm like, bitch. Oh damn! Like no,
I feel like
what's that's not gangster. Like that's not. She heard him.
Is that a gendered thing or is that more of like where you came from? Because like
here's the thing, it's not. But it's not. Okay. Here's the thing, it's not inherently because all gender is subjective, arbitrary bullshit, and that's kind of the point. Because you do it, and then the problem is it is behaviorally connected to me as my experience growing up as a boy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only way I can truly conceptualize that until I apply, at least emotionally, the way my body and nervous system like feels that, which prompts my mind to use intellectual tools to manage anxiety of being like, hey, no, that's not just a boy thing. Your mom killed plenty of spiders and this and this and that. Like my mom killed snakes. Like my mom's tough as fuck. And that's an example of something that makes me very euphoric.
Women's wrath.
When thinking about specific examples that counteract these situations, you know what I mean? Like my sister my younger sister is a very successful salesperson, and just bought a very nice car. And it actually inspired, for anybody who has heard the new album, if you've heard Girl You Look Good, if you haven't heard that song, you'll hear it everywhere eventually. I think that shit's gonna chart. It's actually it's actually so fucking good. But I wrote that like a day after she got that car because it just inspired me.
That's cool.
And well, it not only inspired me, but then I was taken aback by how not resentful I was. Because there's a whole deep history of my sister. And you know, I have not been a good person to her for like the majority of my life. And there's a lot of,
if you don't mind me asking, what's the age difference between the two of you?
She is almost 5 years younger than me. She's like 4.5. So we're all pretty close in age. We're all like 2 years. Me and my siblings were all like 2 years apart.
Okay.
And then I have an older brother as well from my mom's first marriage, and he's older.
Okay.
But yeah, me and my the three kids from my dad we're all exactly 22 months apart actually.
Okay.
Semi-planned, but they weren't trying to like lock down the months. I think it was anyway.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. But yeah, so my sister's 44 months younger than me.
44. Okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you mentioned, you know, you are going through like a, you know, healing process like with a younger sibling, because I have a very similar relationship with my younger sister too. She's like 7 years younger than me, and we both it was a very tumultuous upbringing.
Yeah, especially when you hit adolescence, that can be a big gap. That can be a really big gap. I thought like, you know, what I had was a big gap of 7 is wild. But anyway, so she got this car, and I got so hype. And about 5 minutes into me, like I screenshotted it and sent it to a couple of my friends. I am not somebody who really likes to position myself around wealth or images of wealth. And I don't often, but I mean, my family does well for themselves. I'm the brokey in my family because I'm still, you know, building my thing. But it is really interesting how now that I'm healing, you know, a lot of these relationships, including the relationship I have with money as a separate thing from capitalism as a system, and recognizing that, you know, money is a very valuable tool to have in your life, and it gives you a lot of stability and agency. Anyway, because that is like what I'm now internalizing. My sister getting this car made me so fucking excited that it actually trips me up. And I was like, wait, why am I this excited? Like, wouldn't I be? I feel like a younger me would have been this, would have been that.
Why am I happy for her engaging in commodity fetishization? What is this?
Well, there's that. There's a little bit of wokeness that came in, but then there was also on just like the personal jealousy thing of like me being in competition with my family. Me who, you know, this is not just my sister. This is also me being in competition with another queer woman. She is gay. So there's a lot of, you know, I think interwoven things that would trigger a lot of people's competitive spirit or, you know, trigger some sort of insecurity, especially since I'm also dealing with, you know, financial stress. Like my day-to-day emotional climate is partially dictated by, you know, my lack of funds right now because, you know, building a business. And so seeing someone younger than me, related to me, who's also a queer woman, do, you know, this and that. And for me to feel so excited about that, I felt inspired by that energy, and I wanted to encapsulate it and be like, because your success just inspired me to go make what is now, I think, is one of my favorite songs I've ever made. And it's, I think, the first song I've made that is 100% positive. There's not a single negative thing in that song.
And this is
I don't
Girl You Look
I don't
Good.
talk. Yeah, it's on Kill the Radio. It's the third track.
Yeah.
It is and the beat is crazy, and I produced it, and it's like so many amazing milestones happened from that song, and the video we shot for it is so fucking crazy. I can't wait for y'all to see this shit. But yeah, I thought that was just an interesting thing that sparked it. And my sister's she likes the club music. She's a big Kehlani fan and all that stuff. So it is a very clubby type song. So I wanted to make a clubby feminist banger that, like, when it comes on, every girl looks at each other like, I got you. Like, we are locked in.
You want the woos in the crowd whenever the first little bit.
I want the woos. We are covering drinks. We are following each other. We are hyping each other up. We are like, we got this.
There you go.
Not even focused on nobody.
Yeah.
None of these men, but I can't remember where I was going with that. But yeah,
no, you're good. Speaking of the tour, someone a moment ago donated to the fundraiser with 1312 to the
Oh hell yeah.
to the donations. Currently, we're at $2,172.82 in the fundraiser.
We're really close. That's incredible. Yeah. That's so incredible. Yeah, that should be pretty close to buying out the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I told Chad if we can do like 35, I'll be satisfied. If we can get to the 5K that I want to get, so like everybody can get like, whatever they need for the show, and we can get everything covered, then that's a good day. That's a good fundraiser.
Absolutely. Let me show y'all the merch real quick.
Let's go.
First up, let me just bring out the heater. Right away.
Dang. Oh, you posted that on your Instagram too. I saw that. Hell yeah.
This is a film photo from the song Brazilian, which is track 6 on the album. That was the first video we shot. And so all of the album artwork are 35 millimeter film. It's from a film roll that Amber's partner took. Shout out Sammy. Actually, let me show you all that album art. That's a good. We have Kill the Radio CDs.
Hey.
Yeah, so this right here is my boyfriend right here.
I like that. He's like Cable Crush man. I like that.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, dude, there's this really cool like narrative shot of me just like walking out and like lighting the cigarette, and like we don't say anything. We did some really like weird avant-garde shit. But yeah, let me open this up.
Respect to my pronouns or I will
so yeah, another dono. Let's see. Nim, thank you for the $42 to the fundraiser. Nim, yep.
NYMM. Shout out Nim. Nim, I did just send you. I actually sent you 2 tour shirts. I have Nim. They had reached out to me about. I think they got bleach on their from the blind tour, the last one that I did, and I still have like I think 4 or 5. I had 7. Now I have like 5.
I think it might be a different Nim. This is Nim Chimsky.
Aw, damn.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Shout out Nim, my fan, who, they were like, oh, do you have any extra tour shirts? I'm like, I actually do. I was thinking about just holding on to them for posterity, but like, I don't know. I was thinking about framing one of them and like having like a football jersey.
Get a frame and like the CD at the bottom or a vinyl with it.
I was thinking about that for the blind, but I don't know. There's something about this Kill the Radio thing that just, it feels so special. Yeah. There's so much that goes into it. But
Tell me about it.
All right. So inside the CD.
Yeah.
More film photos.
I love the 35 millimeter.
Dude, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. I can't remember the exact specs on what was shot. But the one time I did relay it to somebody who was a photographer, they were like, wait, what were you shooting on? Oh, that's the best. It's like, they were like, oh,
they nerded out a little bit.
Yeah, no, they definitely nerded out a little bit. That was cool. I also have, do I have an open one? I know I have an open. I don't. So I'll open this one. It's my CD and I'll open it if I want. We got blind CDs.
Ooh.
Yeah, the deluxe. So all the deluxe shit is finally in. It took us 6 fucking months. 5 months from when I opened it.
This was the massive delivery that was at your door. What our last conversation?
Oh my God. No, that was merch.
Okay,
That was
okay.
merch. The vinyls had already been in. But yeah, these are the CDs. I now know the difference between a digipack and a jewel case.
Okay.
So fun fact, jewel cases are these plastic acrylic cases.
All right.
They're what we most commonly associate with CDs, and they're actually really affordable. I was a little blown back. I was like, wow, CDs aren't as cheap as I thought. I was being quoted for this is like a really high quality situation. A digipack is more like a vinyl.
Okay.
In the way that it's like a continuous sleeve. And then it has like when you open it, you get these kind of plastic trays that are embedded. I do wish that I had accounted for this on the print template, but
I love that.
So 2 discs, got all the instrumentals and some bonus tracks and shit. And
Woo!
then I got it on vinyl too.
I love that. I'm gonna have to pick up a vinyl.
Yes. What city are you coming to again?
What's that?
Fucking New Orleans. New Orleans. So I was like, what city are you coming to? You're coming to New Orleans.
I'm like between the cities.
Okay. But that's what, but you're coming to the New Orleans show,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's a New Orleans show.
Hell yeah. What else? Give me a sec.
Oh, tote bags? Fuck yeah.
Yeah. These are actually, see, the last tote bags I got were low key boo boo. They were like the Urban Outfitters, like checkout bags that they give you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was a little pissed. They were much more expensive, but they are like heavy duty tote bags that have zippers.
Ooh.
And they have an internal pocket with more zippers.
I love pockets.
So it's an actual like real tote bag. So we have red and black ones. We have shout out Amber Ryan on the design for this tour shirt because holy fucking shit.
Ooh.
So also made with the film photos.
Ooh, I like that. Who do you use for your shirts? Because for when I've done merch drops before, I go through Bayside, and it's like the only American-made, union manufactured garment company in America. That's so sick.
Yeah, I go through some folks out of Syracuse. I haven't done a lot. So the first type of merch that I did was through a company called Printify. They're like a print, like a print on demand situation. Like when I had like 100 monthly listeners and someone was like, I want a shirt. I'm like, So I moved away from that when I went on the Blind tour, a little less than a year ago. And last year was really, really rough because 3 weeks before tour, I started my lift shift a little bit earlier than I normally do, which means I was a little bit sleepier than I normally am. And at 7 a.m., I pulled out of my street parking to accept my first ride of the morning and totaled my car.
No.
I was at fault. And I had just enough time, like if I was, clocking my normal like 6 to 8 hour day, I had just enough time left in the month to get the the 50% deposit I needed for my merch. But then I lost my ability to even make that much less then go on tour. So, RIP the Kia.
Rip.
But yeah, thankfully, I was able to kind of magically pull. I had to ask for help. That was like a really weird situation. And it was tough to ask I'm like, I could ask my fans as a last resort, but like I'm already asking them to show up and do this and do this and do that. And actually one of the artists on tour had, temporarily spotted me enough for a down payment. I walked into a dealership, got a horrible deal. Horrible deal. I got so fucked on that deal.
Oh, no.
But by any means necessary, I needed a fucking car. I needed a reliable car that I could tour in. And that's exactly what I got. And, we were able to go get it. And, within, like I said, 2 weeks on the road, the money starts coming in and you start paying people back. And that helped me flip into this whole situation. So it was really interesting, being in such a crazy position at that point. But I say that to give context to, I had to switch merch providers because I was like, I can't get the money in time, because then I got the car. Lyft was still just being a bitch, and the money just wasn't coming in time, and thinking about, the lead time from submitting artwork to actually getting it to your door, all that sort of shit. I was like, there's just no way to get like $3,200 in time, or, however much I needed. Like it was it's a small amount of money to have, but it's a lot to owe.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to owe.
Yeah.
And so my friend said, I was kind of bitching about it to my friend, who's like a mentor of mine. And he said, I know a guy who's the first job, he's an older guy. And he said, the first job I ever had when I was like a shitbag 16-year-old was with this merch company, who is still like one of the larger distributors in New York. They're a big enough operation that I could put in a word for you, and they could probably just net 30 you whatever you need. Cause like, what do you need? Like, do you think you need less than 1,000 shirts? I'm like, oh, definitely. I only need like 500. And he's like, dude, you got to ask for help. Like that's a really tough situation you're in. Like, you're just now telling me this. And that's exactly what one of the other artists said. He's like, hey, like, I'm not a rich man, but I got this and this and that. And I heard him tell me, it sucks. Like, almost like sitting with that, how deeply I internalized that, like how alone and fucked I was in that situation.
Yeah.
And like how everybody was going to be mad at me because they're all expecting that from me. And what I love about this tour being differently, number one, it is not geared around uplifting a bunch of artists. It is very much about uplifting one project and one message that I'm sharing with Amber. So Amber is my companion on this tour. And then shout out Connor Christie. He's going to be opening for us a lot. But I don't know, having it be oriented around the community and all that stuff, and reinforcing this idea of how we can help each other, which is just even more legitimized by what you folks are doing, chat, and anybody who isn't watching that did donate. It's really incredible. And the fact that situations like this are, and I say this with gratitude, but I say this to kind of like just provide context, situations like this that legitimately fell into my lap. Like, you reached out to me, you offered this, like, this is a situation that very quickly came about. And then you were like, hey, we already raised 1,300. I'm like, what the actual fuck, dude? And what's interesting is it's the moment I stopped like desperately trying to like shove these things together, and was just like, I want to be able to help people how I can, and I hope I have to trust that they'll help me however they can, and whatever it's going to be, whatever that looks like is just what it's going to look like. And in a weird way, it's kind of just like, hey, I can't control what happened to me in the past. I could pump my body full of hormones the way a doctor recommends, and treat my body and my skin and my internal cells as best as I can. And whatever I look like is probably what I'm supposed to look like. You know what I mean? It's like weight loss. Like, you can only control so much. Like, if you eat whole foods 85% of the time and you move for 20 minutes a day, like, that's probably what you're supposed to look like.
Yeah. It's a acceptance of a lack of control.
Yeah. But at the same time, what's interesting is people be like, oh, I can't control it, so why do anything at all? It's like, well, now you're just being a douchebag.
Yeah. Nihilism's no good.
I've been there and done that. And to be honest, like, enjoy the relationship with that Remington on your wall, dog. Like, it's the Green Goblin mask. Like, I don't know. That's a dark. Sorry, that's a dark thing to say.
No, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is.
It's like, I don't know. I've been there, done that. I'm on the other side. I've written. I have a new. This is my third morning pages journal, and I'm not fucking around with these 120 pages anymore. This is a 350.
Damn. Have you filled one out?
Like 4 of these.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, have you done like front to back of any journals? Because I've always tried, but I never make it past like 3.
Yeah. No, I've gone front to back. So if anybody is unaware of this book, The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, it is a really transformative. It is a 12-week creative workshop. It is super duper spiritual. It is hella spiritual. So just be warned. There is like no way to really engage with it without the God stuff. I will just kind of preface that. If you can open your mind to shit like that without, doesn't have to all be colonialism. Right. This shit right here, if you have any creative bone in your body, which we all do, highly recommend you at least give this a read. Highly recommend you give it the 2 main tools. And I'm good with one. Haven't really embraced the other one yet. And I haven't even really gone through the book. I've like read through it. I haven't like done this is basically shadow work plus writing workshops. That's basically what this is. And kind of combining those 2 things plus the momentum of writing every day, which is what, the morning pages are. Kind of using that to create some creative momentum to have psychological breakthroughs that basically like get out of your own way. And this was, I learned about this through someone named Dochi. Who had she had documented her journey on this. If you go look like her earlier YouTube stuff, all of a sudden it has like hundreds of thousands of views. But when the alligator bites run was happening, she was having like an amazing, dude, her team on that rollout was fucking insane. It is like, it's so sick. Mm-hmm. One of the things that they had talked about, or that her team had highlighted with the rollout, especially after the Grammy situation happened, which she had brought up. Someone had asked her, what was like such a pivotal thing in your journey? And she was like, in 2020, she lost her job and she found this book. I think it was at some like old bookstore. The story really stuck with me. It was sitting on like a display, like a clearance shelf outside at a bookstore she walked past, and it just called out to her, and she bought it. And then she went home. This was like right after she got fired too. So she it was just kind of like a divine calling situation. And then she did the book intensely and she documented it on YouTube. So you can go watch her do it in real time. And I think she does it like every year or something. I don't know if she documents it, but
that's cool.
I wouldn't say I'm a stan, but I'm decently literate.
No, it's okay. We play Spooky Coochie all the time on the show.
Yeah.
Green Goblin's Mask. Thank you for the $6.90 dono.
Coward. Bro, that's a crazy donation to get after I made the.
We get a lot of those. We'll like make jokes about something, and then someone will change their name to whatever the relevant thing is, and then like give some subs with it.
That's so funny.
Oh yeah, chat has fun. They were on one this morning. Also, if you want to see the chat, I can either link you a direct chat thing, or you can just pull up the stream.
Why don't I just Gremloe?
The lighting, by the way, is excellent.
Oh, thank you. I haven't hopped on a lot of streams, and I'm just like, why are my webcams always so flat? It's because I'm never doing it to make content. I'm doing it to like hop on a Zoom. Yeah. But splash a little pink on there.
Yeah, we used to call that bisexual lighting, but this was also back when I first started streaming. The clear indication to tell that someone was not a chud is the lighting in their background.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah, it was an easy indication. But
are you lighting maxing me right now?
Am I?
Did I just get 3-point mogged?
No. It was 3-point. I do have 3-point lighting. That is true, actually.
3-point mogging is insane.
When you go to show her some brain rot to spice things up. Oh God, like what?
I love one of my favorite dude. I am a brain rot connoisseur, actually. So I would love to watch some brain rot.
Okay, brain rot connoisseur, you say? Well, I'm sure.
While you do that, I'm gonna go show y'all some other.
Do you think?
There's this one video. This guy who he like walks up to people and has like a binder full of like printed out like just cursed images. and he's just like showing people without any. It's like I think it's like showing people brain rot without context is probably what you would search. But they're just like, I don't understand. And then sometimes they start to get it. They're like, wait, now hold on. And it's like, yo, they get it.
Oh my God. What did you just link me, Flunky? Oh Lord. Okay, hang on. Let me.
Okay. So also I'm wearing some of this other merch. This is a fan design, actually.
Ooh.
We opened up a merch design contest to the Discord and the Patreon.
Oh, artists in the chat. Y'all got to go join Damage's Discord for the next round because we have a bunch of artists.
Definitely do it for the next round because we're doing that. I mean, we did it for, we were trying to also include it for the booklet. I'll kind of pull up what we did do. It's just we didn't get as many as we wanted to, and so there were a couple of them that were like super professional, good for a merch design, and a lot of it was really fun fan art, but it just wasn't a quantity enough. So we ended up using for the booklet, we ended up using more film photos.
Ooh.
But like that Target Man design idea, that's like kind of the central logo. That's a fan idea. This, I got the Kill the Radio sticker, all that sort of stuff. So big shout out to our fans. And then also for those who haven't heard yet, for context, this album is exclusively available on a platform called Even. I don't know if you've linked them in the chat.
Yes. Let me.
But it's available on a pay what you want thing. You get it for as little as $1, $10, $1 million, whatever you think it's worth. It's going to be exclusively there and exclusively live on tour until probably sometime in June when we get back. So just as a FYI, Damage, we release music live around here. But yeah, we really wanted to incorporate as much of the fans into this. So on track 5, it's an interlude called 3 a.m. It's a 6-minute track because 4 minutes of it is a collection of voicemails. We had this thing where we put all the demos for the album. Once we sent everything into engineering, we put all the demos on a untitled link, put it on our Patreon, and said, "Hey, I made a Google Voice number." Said, "Hey, call in here, listen to the demos, call in, and leave me a voicemail with your thoughts." And how you're excited for tour, whatever, like say whatever you want to say. We're going to chop up the best stuff and put it on the album. And so we have like 4 minutes, dude. We got, I want to say like 50 something voicemails. It was crazy.
That's awesome.
Some of them were so sweet. They were so sweet. Some of them were like obviously trying to like, get noticed. It was very much a notice me senpai energy. One of them was so fucking funny. I thought it was a joke at first, but then I remember like it's a real accent and people do exist like that. Very like heavy New Zealand. Like this was like this person sounded well
your album brew.
No.
Oh, worse?
He says, I had a proper listen to them demos. Like it actually sounded like a cartoon character. Wait, where I bet you I could share it. Hold up.
What's the track? I could just pull it up on stream.
Oh yeah, it's on 3 a.m. Let me give you a timestamp so you don't have to do the whole thing. I don't know if you're able to stream from Even.
I mean, I could just play it
or wherever. I mean, if you downloaded it to your computer, you could just play that. But
Brazilian. Yeah. Okay.
It's on 3 a.m.
It's 3 a.m.
Folks, we got
it's somewhere. Where's the damn?
I'm going to share my screen with you. There we go.
Give me just a sec, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you could play it, and I'll.
Amber right here in the studio. That was I Want Her and Her and Her. I love that song.
Thanks, I really appreciate that.
If you just got here, you're listening to 33.3 KILL. Coming up soon, we'll be taking some calls, but first, this is 3 a.m.
By me, Amber Ryan, on 33.3.
Zen Demon said like a Kiwi sailor. That is a great way to describe this person.
It's not the life I picture for myself. Made it through the years of hell. 30 years don't faze me. Remember looking in that mirror, hoping makeup covered tears up. Insecurities claim me. Look for love everywhere else, not the soul inside myself. Wrote songs to throw down those wishing wells. Pray they be my one way out of this place. Pray that the antidote to validation could become fame. I swear, ain't a day go by with money not on my brain. Picking fights with my ego just to keep me in place. Act like my heart isn't full of a feminine rage. I'll be the bitch to bark and bite just to pay my way.
So this, I'm still trying to find the
Oh, sorry, I was just reading something that I just got.
No, you're. But 3 a.m. and Check to Check are the two radio interludes on this. My friend Cam Hayden came through and played our radio host.
Okay.
But these were like songs that we really love, but we just weren't in a place where we were able to finish it with like a second verse and like a bridge and outro. But we really like, it's a strong vibe. And so we're like, let's kind of turn it into like a little radio thing. When it's like a half song that turns into the skit. Cause you know, they'll do that, you know, on the radio.
Yeah.
They just get like the first verse and they'll mix it in. And it was a long enough instrumental already that I was just like, let's put the voicemails over it. So it's somewhere. Where the fuck is it?
Let's see.
Yeah, skip around a little bit.
Appreciate everything that you. Also, you're coming to the subterranean.
I think it's right after this. First.
Which is there. Also, I love that it's what we need in the industry again. So thank you.
Hey, Mama, I just wanted to say
damn.
Thank you. I know this is like from line. Phoenix again, and I swear to God, I listen to your shit is dying for your fame, passion for your music world, and listening to the album.
Might have been earlier.
To the demos.
There it is. There they are. I love how you stop immediately because I have to find the whole thing.
You were not
fucking insane.
You were not kidding. Oh, I didn't properly listen yet.
Created by so many wonderful people, and
Let's see.
Celebrate them.
I had a proper listen to them demos you sent. No, I'm telling ya, that sounds like an amazing noise. Real big stompy, make you wanna headbutt a mountain kind of stuff.
All the way from Minneapolis.
Let me send you the full. Can I just like drop you the full? Let me just download this.
Yeah,
Can
if you have
just,
a like a MP3 or whatever, you can just drop that in Discord.
Hold up.
That's so awesome.
It's like 2 minutes. It's crazy. Okay. I wanted to just include more of it, but it's just like it was just impractical.
Let's see.
Oi, I had a proper listen to them demos you sent. No, I'm telling ya, that sounds like an amazing noise. Real big stompy, make you wanna headbutt a mountain kind of stuff. I could blast that while doing all me daily chopping, crumping, and grindy bits. Don't matter how gory all this really gets, just makes the whole day feel louder and proper. Having a boss lady like you making tunes like that, that's what makes life worth the fighting. I need music what makes me feel like I'm in one of them big flashy cutscenes. If it ain't got that, I start getting all psycho itchy like I forgot to smash something important. But this will keep me fed on glory for a whole year easy. Now turn up the scrogging damage, up for the wag, and get to crunching them bones.
I was thinking maybe using that as just a long intro, like the big, like that would be like the intro to the craziest bass drop you ever heard in your life.
Oh yeah, yeah, something that's a little more grimy. That's so funny. Okay, we mentioned brain rot earlier. The only thing going through my mind was, have you ever seen Day in the Life of a True Brexit Geezer? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
What you talking about?
We're going to have to pull it up. I
forgot about that.
Actually given. Oh, shit. There it is.
That, like the one where it's like average day of like a Boise, Idaho, or like average day, average tech bro in the Bay Area.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Day in the life of a true Brexit geezer. Wake up and meet the wife, Susan. My little princess. Isn't she beautiful? Time to take George to football. Rev up the Bugatti. Quick stop at Toby's and load up that plate. Get a pint. Grand pitch looking lovely today, lads. Just a bit of banter. Chippy makes a 38-0 loss better. Pop down local pride, good old pie. Look at that. Susan made dinner, lovely. Pop down, have a couple pints with the lads, and finish up at the Fortress of Dream.
There are
the fact that it's AC/DC, which is not a. AC/DC is an Australian band.
This is going to be a very inside joke just for you and I and like two people in chat, but there are multiple homes in Livingston Parish that look exactly like this.
Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%.
Fucking scran, yeah. Holy shit.
Damn, dude, that's so funny.
Oh my god, yeah. That I'm glad you included that guy or person. Them. That's so fucking funny.
that is a she/her.
She/her. Okay, my mistake.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea who that person. What the fuck was I saying?
Holy shit.
But yeah, so we had gotten like 50 voicemails, and some of them were like legitimately trying to be funny like that, but there were a lot of really sweet ones, and there were some that were really, really funny. This one girl called in drunk. I could tell she was like, "What's up, huh?" And like that was it. That was the whole voicemail.
Oh, that's it. Okay. Just want to say hi.
But it's cool, and that one's in there too. But yeah, we had, I think, total runtime minutes when I dragged them all into the same track on Ableton. I think it was maybe like 20 something minutes straight of just voicemails.
Mm-hmm.
Which, you know, there are plenty of artists that could get way more if they did the same thing. Like if Russ did that, you know, whatever. But I think the principle is so much more important than like the scale of it, and like the fact that, you know, I'm crying laughing from that, but like it is really, really humbling to just hear. These are just real people. This isn't like numbers on a screen or some shit. When folks call in with voicemails, when people show up to the shows, all that sort of shit, it is really, it's really incredible. And just to see how people's lives are really impacted by whatever emotions the art makes them feel. So it's really cool.
No, it's awesome.
It's also great to connect with folks like you. I do enjoy chatting with you, by the way.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you for, being open to coming on. When you said that you want to jump on again, I was like, oh hell yeah, I wasn't cringe. I'm very self-critical, so like, you know, anytime I do an interview or whatever.
You're fine. I am gonna jump at 10 because I'm just trying to. I got a creative meeting with. I have an editor that's gonna be doing stuff for me the whole tour.
Ooh.
So I'm not gonna have to rush. I'm usually while everybody, I'm usually showering like first or last because I'm spending my morning while everyone's packing up. I'm like editing a video, like trying to like get one out real quick.
I need to pick up that book because like I'm so bad as a like literal professional content creator putting out content. You put out way more content than like I do. You know, you're an artist, you're a creator, so you know that's your whole job. But I'm so bad at that. I've been picking up art and stuff and trying to like get into that again, and I'm so bad about like routine and like staying locked in on it.
Do you know what metrical is?
Metrical?
Metricool?
A metricool? No.
I mean, highly recommend. That changed my life.
Metricool.
I also have a scrolling problem, so
yeah.
That was a way for me to go like scroll sober, I'll call it, while actually cranking up my posting. I post far more frequently now, and I almost never scroll.
Damn. Okay, I got to figure that out. Metricool. Okay.
I've had all the social media blocked on my phone for the last 2 days.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah. So I schedule shit on the computer. They have the free tier lets you post like 20 a month, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I use that for like almost 2 full months. But then I upgraded because you can manage with the paid version. You can manage like multiple brands and stuff. So I'm going to have, because Amber and I were trying to like lock in on some stuff, I'm going to have her log into her shit through my account, and just you basically, I'll show you a little screenshot of it.
when are we peaking with Damage? Damage doesn't have a Steam account, which I learned recently.
You know what? I need to make one. I don't know why I can't. I remember there's a couple different times where I tried to make a Steam account and it said I couldn't, or like not eligible or whatever. I don't know why, and maybe I might just be tripping. But like, so it's basically like this calendar situation.
Whoa.
So you can go in and, okay, here's an example of the one I did with Ray. You drop it in. Boom, boom, boom. Let me pull up, like, if I wanted to do a new one, because actually one's about to hit in a second. You could create a new post. So you have all your different like social stuff, and you can decide whether it's a post, a reel, a story. You want to do a trial reel,
and
story
you post
post
on Facebook?
I've never done that. But then I'm like, hey, if it's all one fucking click, like, why not? It's interesting because this is actually why I'm still posting on TikTok, because I deleted the app the day of the Oracle takeover.
Me too.
I've never had it. But then I saw other people were posting on it. I'm like, oh, so everybody's pussy. Okay, so we're still posting on TikTok. Wow. So everybody, okay, cool. Fuck me then, right? Because I went and deleted the app, and I
deleted my account. Like, not just the app. I deleted my whole account.
I just deleted the app. I didn't even want to go through and delete I was like, I don't give a fuck. I just deleted the app. But then I was like, this is even better, because I could post to this godforsaken app and never look at it again. Bro, it's like getting alimony from an abuser that I also have a restraining order against. Like, it's fucking incredible, actually. And I do think that's I think that's a fair analogy.
Yeah.
But basically, you can schedule all your shit. So if I wanted to do, let's say, like a horizontal post, I could make this like a post. I kill it from TikTok and that, and I can grab.
This is so much better than the way I manage my stuff.
And so, yeah. So this is the other thing, is if you're exporting your shit off your computer, because I'm about to be clearing out my camera roll, because I can't tell you how many fucking like vertical 4K like music videos I have, because I used to just like load it in and like select the clip manually, or have like, you know, the pre-trimmed clips ready to just drop in and post.
Do you record your verticals with a cell phone, or do you do that on a DSLR?
No, I record it on a DSLR. So here's an example. This is one I'm going to be dropping later in the month about, actually, I don't know if you know, but Dallas and Houston have a total beef. So you could drop it in here. This is, you know, just a 1080p export. Don't ever post anything more than 1080p on social media, because it'll just compress shit. You can preview it right here.
But for them,
that's sick.
Here's the tea.
You can then, I can go add multiple if I wanted to. This is a vertical, for example, but just a sec. I could merge.
Spiritual.
Oh, there it is.
Bitch ass motherfucker. Bitch. Let's go. Thank you. So this would be, now you can get like an actual preview of like what it's going to look like.
Oh, that's sick.
And then like give everything like a custom caption. So you can say something on Facebook. You can say something on Threads. You can invite collaborators, all that shit.
That's so much easier than the way I do it.
So the idea is, if you can get off the phone and get onto your DSLR or whatever you are going to shoot on, you can make it on your phone. But get out of the app, because the app is full of poison.
True. Kill the radio.
That's that is the inherent problem. It is recognizing that, you know, the social media is, and I do got to jump in a minute, that the social media is poison. Not inherently when it comes to like the concept of digital connection. And so when you see me pushing like physical media and in real life stuff, it's not because I'm secretly ableist and I don't want everybody to have the by far most accessible form of communication. it's just like, again, I'm not against the concept of machine learning. I am against white supremacist drug addicts controlling the fate of humanity with it. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Not the alcohol, it's the ism. So in that same way, you know, encouraging these in-person experiences and getting people to take substantive action, and ideally being the last person you ever follow on social media is probably maybe a good catchphrase that I'm trying to coin. Ooh. Is I hope to be the last person you ever follow on social media. Because my hope is when you connect with my art, and I'll stop sharing my screen, when you connect with my art enough, you will become so empowered and emboldened in whatever your calling is in life that you switch from being whatever form of consumer you are to whatever form of producer you can be.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like I have been activated to being more of a contributor and less of a passive commentator on society. And I hope to inspire people to figure out how they can do the same in whatever way that feels fulfilling to them.
Yeah. It's like you said, being in the room together, being a participant.
And part of that is accepting that you're not morally a bad person because meth made your brain addicted to meth.
Right.
It's a drug. It's poison. This is designed by people who want to keep us confined in a particular way of life and have hyper optimized it with data, while they in their own personal lives are engaged in a insane level of decadence and substance abuse, that what is happening now on this device is akin to doing a lot of Schedule I substances. And I think when people start to emotionally recognize that, there's, number one, a lot of grieving for all the time you realize you have given your life to this. I've been addicted to this thing since I was 13 years old. Mm-hmm. For my 13th birthday, I was gifted an iPhone 3G, and I have been addicted. And I spent that first day, I got it taken away from me because I didn't do any homework. I scrolled until 10 p.m. and my dad about killed me.
Sounds about right.
From the very moment I touched it, that thing's poison.
Before you go, first of all, thank you for coming on today and hanging out with us. Yeah. And I'm sure everybody's looking forward to your tour. A couple people said they've already bought like multiple tickets for them and their friends to come out to different shows. And anybody who wants to help out with the New Orleans show to make this a completely free community event for our queer siblings in South Louisiana would greatly appreciate that. What you just said there, do you know who Taylor Lorenz is? Journalist?
Yeah, I think we follow each other. I feel like I like her posts every day, and she likes my post.
I'm gonna set
I see that
you up
all
with
the
her.
fucking time.
I'm gonna set you up with her because she's very much like of the same mind when it comes to like social media and stuff. So I'm gonna see if she can like nab you for an interview.
Hell yeah. Okay, that sounds amazing. Yeah, I'd love to. That is so. I swear to God, like we're already in each other's bubble and we've just never talked.
Probably so. Like if you're in this space, if like I was able to find you, then like yeah, we're probably in the same like ecosystem.
Hell yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna hop into this creative call and we will talk. We'll talk soon. I hope maybe I can hop on and yacht while I'm on the road.
Let us know.
Thank you guys so much for watching, chat. Thank you all for having me and for entertaining my nonsense. And for anybody who just went and got Kill the Radio on Even, I really appreciate it. Anybody who's waiting to come hear it live for the first time and buy a CD after, I appreciate that. You guys are helping me fulfill my goal of being a full-time artist because I haven't driven Lyft in 2 months and I've been scraping by. And it's been amazing. So thank you guys so much.
Of course.
And thank you very much, Gremloe, for having me. I hope to see you guys soon.
Of course. And enjoy your tour.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Bye. Bye. Hell yeah. That was awesome. What a treat. What a delight. What an absolute privilege to be able to, chat and have you like Damage on.